Hey guys, welcome back, and welcome if you're new here. I've been a little bit under the weather, but I still wanted to go ahead and record this. I'm going to try to edit out all of my sniffles and coughing. This is a craft wooden birdhouse from Michael's that I found and had just started with lightly sanding some of the rougher edges off. My base coat is going to be some multi-surface paint mixed with texture powder. And I just kind of eyeball it. I like to get a peanut butter consistency for adding texture. That typically ends up being about 50-50 of a mix with paint and the texture powder. And I'm going to be applying this all over my birdhouse, making sure to get under the roof and everything, all the little edges, with a stipple motion. And here it is after that first layer is completely dried. And if you've seen me pour resin in my other videos, I always keep extra molds nearby and go ahead and fill up little flowers or anything like that. And so I'm pulling all of these pieces from spares from extra pours. And I'm finally getting to use some of these on a project. And the whole point of that is just to not waste resin when I'm pouring for a particular project. And then I always know I'll eventually use these extra pieces. And some of these were painted just for the purpose of trying to pick out a certain color for other projects, which you can see with the brown and the gold piece. And then one had the copper mica powder, which that doesn't matter. I'm going to be painting over them anyways. And I'm just applying them with Tight Bond Clear Quick and Thick glue. I spend way more time than you would expect trying to keep this cat from jumping into my project area. He is not a lap cat unless I'm painting for some reason. And I'm just adding the plain brown over my molds. And this is not mixed with texture powder or anything. And I'm just kind of making sure to use an angled brush to get into all of the crevices. So for the birdhouse roof, I'm going over it with a color called Secret Garden, and this is moss inspired. I want it to have that whimsical look to it, so this was the perfect color to achieve that. So after the paint is on and it's still wet, I'm just sprinkling some more of this texture powder. This is Country Chic texture powder. It's different than salt wash. If you are wondering, it's not going to give it as much of a chippy effect, but this will allow for a weathered look. I'm just spraying it with water and going to let it dry just like this. So now I'm going to show you it's already dried, and I'm spraying it with water and wiping it back off again. I did this just a couple times to get the look that I wanted. I'm also going to be taking this scraper and scraping off some of the textured pieces from when I did my brown layer, just to give it more of that chippy effect and weathered look. give the molds a little bit of a color wash, just to give them some kind of like jewel tones almost, maybe an iridescent look. There's going to be wax on top of this, but I want to still get a little bit more color to pop through. And it's more of a wash because I kind of misted them and wiped them back as well. After making sure to dry these with my little heat gun, I'm going to go ahead and paint on some wax. This is called Autumn Gold, and it's rub and buff wax. I'm also highlighting some of the edges of the birdhouse with this wax as well. My final wax is just to give it a little bit more shimmer, and this is called Celestial. And this wax is by Redesign with Prima. And just keep this in mind. This is a decorative birdhouse. It's not really meant to be out in the elements or anything. If you're going to do one for the elements, it'll have to be painted differently with a heavy-duty sealer. And here's the final product. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And remember to be kind.